Hey, it's Raymond Tactical here. So there's a thing kind of going around. So everybody's heard of a credit score, right? So the credit score theory is the bank, a couple of these banking institutes or lending institutes give you a score based on, how well you spend and pay back money, the kind of loans you have, right? So right now there's going to be, China came up with like a citizen score or a public score, social score. And what it is your loyalty to government. Loyalty to government, loyalty to, on top of being like a good tax-paying citizen kind of thing, you have to be, loyal to the government. They're using your social media to score you on this. Japan started that. I briefly kind of talked about it once before, but I think during some of the social media videos. But right now, there is kind of a weird social score. So like if you search your name on Google, it will pop up, with a current social score, but I think it's more of a third party doing it, like Google. But Google is basically trying to create a complete data of everybody and everything. In America, here, United States, is going to use the same technology to create basically a citizen score, a social score, and they're going to use everything you have. I mean, all your social media is tied in. Facebook, Instagram, all that. And what they're going to do is use that against you. And if you are a patriotic person who wants limited government, collects guns, firearms, kind of speaks out, is bold about who you vote for, or if you don't even think voting matters kind of thing, you might get a really low score, and in China, it can hinder you from travel. Another thing that's coming out right now is requirement almost for a state or a federal ID is coming out, and the DMV had talked about it, and I believe you're not going to even be able to fly within the United States without one soon, so you're going to need that, and it's basically papers, right? The quintessential, like, show me your papers. You're going to be required to carry a federal ID. Your driver's license won't cut it. It might be tied into your driver's license. I didn't get a whole lot of information on it. I don't know if it'll be an improved, like it'll be tied together. But I'm assuming it's going to have some sort of RFI chip or something in there with a bunch of biometric data on you. One thing we did overseas in Iraq was we used what it was basically a face scanner. You'd press your face, or you press the detainee's face up to it, and it would scan, do a retina scan, facial scan, and create a bunch of biometric data on these people, so that, if you did catch them again, you would go, hey, that we have already seen this guy. So they started creating a bunch of data of everybody that was there. I could see that, and it could probably already happen without you even knowing, based on how much security camera footage there is and how technology has improved. That was 15 years, that wasn't 15 years ago, but that was close to almost 10 years ago. And that was, the military doesn't use the latest and greatest technology. So if you think about it, there's a lot of data going around with your information on it, and it's going to be used against you, not for you. The thing I'm concerned about is, who controls it, right? I mean, the conservative side, because both sides are going to want to do this, right? Both sides are going to want it. The conservative side will tell you, make sure you vote for us so that we get first control of it, and you can trust government. You can trust government to run it, and then we'll run it fairly, because you'll know that you can trust us because we won't screw you over. And the liberal side will tell the liberal side, we need to get it because you can't let them get it, because the conservative side, they'll just abuse it. Well, of course, both sides hate each other enough, but both sides are kind of the same. I mean, I don't get it at this point. Like, people are just either slowing down. I think we're slowing down to the point where we're going to accept this. And your social score, or your social media score, almost, if you want to call it that, will determine things for you. It's going to determine, maybe you're not eligible to vote at a certain point. Maybe you're not eligible to leave the state. Maybe when you get pulled over and they check your ID and your score, they're going, it determines whether you get 20 people around you with guns pointed at you, or just one cop giving you a warning. I mean, think about it. It might even go, your social score might limit you on what the government controls the internet, because that's a big push. Think about it. Even right now, people are begging conservatives to have government step into Facebook and control it. Tell Facebook what to do. Break up Facebook. Make sure Facebook's fair. Okay, here's the problem. You're relying on government to go into something and then control it or fix it. And they don't fix it. You're going to go up there and go, hey, Facebook, you got to break up into 6 different things. And then have 6 separate things. And that way we'll have some conservative ones, we'll have some liberal ones, and it's not going to work. You can't go to a company who's successful in something and tell them to stop being profitable. I think, to me, if the true, real thing would be is to create something to compete it and beat it, which is weird because, supposedly we have the Koch brothers on our side with pretty much unlimited funds. You would think we would be able to fund such a project that would actually rival. But the thing is, people wouldn't use it. People don't want to use it because people in general are lazy and they're hooked on, one's hooked on Facebook. I cut the ties to it. I cut my ties to Facebook. I cut my ties to everything. I mean, really, the only thing I use now is YouTube and I think LinkedIn. And I only use LinkedIn because, it's a way for me to keep building a database of people that possibly someday, might be interested in this channel or might be interested in if I sell something, or maybe, another job opportunity comes up. But I seriously doubt it. And let's just face it, there's really nothing out there. I mean, I'm tempted half the time to have something for, create Facebook for promoting this channel, but I don't. I just won't. There's nothing for it. I've considered it. I mean, I've shut down everything else. I just don't care for it. I don't have the time. Some things that I believe, I wish they were still popular, but message boards forums are even dying. Like, take for instance, survival boards. It's a huge conglomerate of, tens of thousands of people. And I guess it was bought out by a Canadian media company, and it's funded, so they have advertisement and everything. And it's okay, but it's not really, you're not seeing a lot of survivalism. It's more of a kind of a, here's my latest toy, here's my latest thing, and then it's just a lot of bickering. I use it to promote some of the channel stuff. I enjoy it. I enjoy some of the bickering. I enjoy some of the political points. I enjoy kind of seeing, people's firearms. I enjoy kind of getting a debate going, I wish there was more to, like, people going out and saying, hey, we went canoeing down the river and, we did this. We tried doing some survival stuff. We tried building these fires. I just think in general, too, it's a little even further down the rabbit hole about tangent is, but I think, the way Trump got in, I think conservatives took a break. I mean, I think it was detrimental to us because everybody, as soon as he got in, oh, we're good. We can stop. So you can see it on the survival boards. You see it everywhere else. You're starting to see more of a spin now. Now that people realize that not everything is going the way they thought it would go. Gun rights are starting to be eroded. So you're starting to see a little bit come full circle where people are getting kind of woken back up again, going, oh, we might actually have a fight. Antifa's over there pissing and moaning. We might actually have to do something. Civil War II, everybody's talking about that. Maybe it will kick off. I don't know. So, I know the social score is kind of a weird thing. And it's something to kind of pay attention to, though. I mean, do some research into it. Kind of look into how Japan, I think Korea maybe be part of it. But it's something that's coming. And it's scary enough to think that they already have all your data and all this stuff. And we gave them permission. It was all in that agreement when you clicked, okay, I agree to this. And you're hoping that the company's honest with your data and your information. And they're not. They're in it for power. Power is a great thing. And it's going to be used against you. I mean, you can't even go. I mean, we were camping talking about a rifle in the middle of the woods, talking about a rifle. We're in it. Then that very next day, turn your phone back on and all this, and it's, oh, you want to buy a rifle? The exact one you were talking about? Well, that's just how it is. Anyways, let me know what you think. Comment there. I'd like to see some comments on having a social score or social media score, or if anybody has any other experience with it from a different country on it, or they've gotten any more information. Let me know. I'll try to put a link to maybe some of that information too that I found in the description. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate everybody that's signed up and been able to handle or help us out. Increasing the channel. It's grown again. We're nearing the 250 mark, which I still have to make it. I'll make a video for that. I just haven't had 5 minutes to actually show people what it looks like. Anyways, thank you and have a good night.